grattan.com. It's the Mary and is this the Mary and Heather show or the Heather and Mary show?
It's the Heather and Mary show.
Is it really? Heather Midock and Mary Grattan with us this morning from the Communities at Indian Haven. And let's just reintroduce the segment. Communities at Indian Haven comes on and visits with us once a month now. And Mary Grattan and Heather Midock are in the studio with us. Our visit is presented by Marcus and Mack, voted the best law firm and the best personal injury lawyer 4 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. You can visit them online at marcusandmack.com. So the question of the morning to kick it off here today is how does someone come to be at the Communities at Indian Haven? Because I assume that there are various ways that someone might come to be there. Family members might say, and they come to a decision as a family that this is the best place for you. But some people come in other means, maybe as somebody who is coming out of the hospital and needs some extra time.
There's multiple ways to come into the nursing home. The most common way that probably everybody knows is going through the hospitals. We work with outside hospitals, Pittsburgh, Conemaugh, IRMC, of course. So we do locals also, Punxsutawney. So there's different processes. So if they go through the Indiana hospital, say, they usually send a referral that way, and we check over their referral information, make sure we can clinically take care of them before we can accept them, because that's mostly important for safety reasons. We want our residents to definitely be safe. And then after that, the social worker works with them to do this. So it's not something they have to do on their own. They will come, we'll get the referral, look over everything. If everything's good, we can accept them into our facility. So when they are medically ready to discharge, the transition is very easy. They just come right over via usually ambulance, but sometimes if we have to, we'll go get them and pick them up as well. There's other ways, such as sometimes we get referrals from personal care homes. Sometimes we get referrals from hospice companies. They like to send referrals for respite care, which that's a different subject, but we'll get into that later. And even just from home, it's themselves. So we'll work with PCPs to get the referrals, and we do all the legwork to make everything transition easy.
Yeah. It is so difficult for families to know what to do and what is the appropriate place and the appropriate treatment protocols for everybody. And to make all that arrangements, it's a lot to ask of a family to do. When you've got pros that can do it.
Right. Well, one of the things is if you're at home and you have a loved one or you yourself feel that you need to have nursing home placement, because at Communities at Indian Haven, we also have skilled rehab, which is a short-term placement, and as Heather had said, a respite placement, which is a short term. Just maybe your family is going on vacation and you need to, come in and the caregiver needs to rest a little bit. So we care for your loved one while you go on vacation or get some rest, and then they go back home. Or permanent placement. So if you're a family member that is looking for permanent placement, you actually call Heather directly. So you'd call Heather directly at Communities at Indian Haven, and then she would actually walk you through the process and also get you in touch with the Area Agency on Aging. There's certain forms that need to be filled out that we make sure. And also, whenever you're coming in, one of the issues when we come into the facilities, you always want to make sure that you have everything all together. So your insurance cards, your Medicare cards, all that information. And a lot of little tidbit that people don't know. When you have managed care, so there's Medicare and managed care, and you have that white and blue and red card, you want to always have a copy of that. Even if you go with Aetna or UPMC, you still need to have your white and blue-red card, a Medicare card. So it's something that some people think, oh, I have Aetna, I can throw this Medicare card away. That is not the case, so you'll need to get another copy of that. So for those of you who are listening who threw away your card, you always need to have your Medicare card with you and carry that with you as well, because sometimes you'll need that.
Yeah, but these are things that most folks, they've never been in this situation before, and so they don't know these things.
Right.
That's why you rely on people who are in the biz, if you will, to fill in those gaps of those knowledge gaps that you have. So medical reasons certainly very much a part of why someone would find themselves at the communities at Indian Haven, but there are other reasons as well.
Yeah, there's some obviously medical reasons. You have a surgery, and our goal is to get you back to your baseline to get you home. But there's also I can't say non-medical, but there's some people that just can't survive at home. Say that you live by yourself at home and you're just
Can't get around. It's hard for you to do
Sure.
your daily chores, where, getting up and making
Yeah.
your meals. And
Regulating your medicines.
regulating medicines. That is huge, regulating
Yes.
your medications.
Mhm.
Those types of things.
so we can do that all for you. But like moving forward, I think that families are very, not that they're confused, but they don't understand. And I always ask everyone when they'll call me and I'll explain to them, because it's a lot. It's a lot when your family member is not doing well. Nobody wants to make that phone call to a nursing home, obviously. So we try our best to not jump the gun. Like, I know that when people come even for skilled and they'll say, well, I don't know if they can go home. What if they can't go home? Like, that's the first thing they're thinking in their mind. And I tell them, let's take it day by day.
Sure.
And it really does help the family members, because there's a lot on their plate that they have to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's something too. We work with the family as well, so there's a lot of guilt associated. I think
Sure.
it's a scary process for individuals coming into a nursing home. And it's really difficult for the loved ones as well. We want to take care of our loved ones, and we want to make sure they're getting the best care. So we're there for the family as well as for the residents.
Yeah.
And we have a social worker who is absolutely a darling at Communities at Indian Haven, and she's just phenomenal. And we're there to support the family member as well as the resident.
Yeah. Well, there's obvious resistance from somebody going into a facility when they've been on their
Absolutely.
own or in their own home for
Sure.
50 or 60 years. And all of a
Right.
sudden, here's something new, and someone else is going to be helping me and serving me, and I'm in a whole new environment, and that's a tough thing. I know that at Indian Haven, you do your best to make them feel comfortable and at home. There probably are folks who say, I'll never feel at home anywhere but in my home. But in the case of someone particularly coming into a nursing home environment, making them feel comfortable there, making them feel that they are cared for, is a big part of the mission.
It is, and you can bring things. A lot of people think, oh, but you can bring your favorite chair if you want to from, if you're staying long term, certain things you can bring from your home. The other thing is we do surveys, annual surveys, as well as surveys, short-term surveys. And one of the statements, matter of fact, because I'm the one that tallies the surveys and gets the comments. And from Communities at Indian Haven, the one comment that always sticks in my head is from a woman. She said that I was taken on, and she gave dates in July. I had an accident, and she said I was taken from my home, and I thought I was going to go back home, but I went to my new home here at Communities at Indian Haven. And she said, it's not my home, but it's the best thing that, other than my new home. And I never thought I'd feel safe other than in my home.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of feedback that we get when we do the surveys, and that's what we're focusing on, and that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And so folks need to feel that as much as you can, make
Absolutely.
them feel that this is where I need to be. Intellectually, people will know that. I
Yes.
know this is where I need to be. This is where I'm going to get the help that I need. It's hard for me to accept emotionally, but that's a part of growing into becoming a resident at the Communities at
Right.
Indian Haven.
Definitely. I feel that I had somebody come in one time, and this sticks in my head. And just being in our building, this is what they told me, just being in our building alone made it feel like home. And I did expand on that, and I'm saying why? Because it was just a tour. And they said it's something about the vibes. And I really enjoyed hearing that. So that was a good one.
And that's why it's important to tour different facilities, because every facility has a different feel, and it's important, that you get to feel safe, and that when you're talking with an individual, and like I said, Heather will do anything that she can for anybody. And if Heather can't help you, or if that's not something that Heather can help you with, she's going to find somebody that can help.
Yeah. Now, the settling in process of somebody who comes to Indian Haven, and like I said, this is someone who has left their home, and they're now being introduced to a whole new living environment, and that settling in process. That sometimes can be a little bit rocky because you're used to doing things the way you've always done them, the way you want to have them done. But now you learn that, well, there's somebody making my meals for me, and I've got that variety. And I would assume that the social activities that are there that enable you to be around someone all the time now, where you might have been isolated in your home, are going to be a really big part of this whole process.
Our residents love our activities. We have multiple activities a day. We have bands that come, usually local schools that come and do activities with our residents. Holidays, we do special activities. But every day we have
family meals for holidays.
Oh, yeah, we have family meals. Actually, for Mother's Day, we're going to have a luncheon with flowers and fun stuff. We do tie-dye days. We do pretty nails. We do bingo. They really love the bingo. I think that's their favorite.
That's one of my favorites. I love
We're
bingo.
talking with the DA this morning about bingo being a part of the big event that they have next week at the YMCA. Bingo, that's right in the wheelhouse there, isn't it?
Everybody
It is.
can play bingo.
Yeah.
That's right. So.
And they get prizes, so they really enjoy that.
Yeah. But all those social activities help you to feel acclimated, to feel more at home with others, and
They
to
do.
understand that it's not just me, and it's not just a room. It's a whole new community that you become a part of.
It really is. And we also, at Communities in Indian Haven, we assigned a staff member to each new resident that is their person. It's I'm Your Person program. So in other words, that individual is always checking on that person. And so they already have a face that they know and constant. That's how are things going, what's going on. So they know that there's that one person that they can always go to. And it's a great program. It's one of my favorite
is.
programs that they have.
It's somebody they can trust. It's more one-on-one. They know if there's any issues or they have any new ideas, they go to this person. So it is a wonderful thing.
It's a wonderful
Yeah.
I have an advocate. So when you were here
Right.
last time,
Oh, that's a better name for it. I have an advocate. We might steal that. Yeah.
go ahead, free of charge.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we have it on radio. Just saying. Yeah.
With all of that, of course, when you were here last time, you were talking about, folks can stop by anytime, and
Yes.
and you'll take them around. You'll show them what it's all about, what life is like at communities at Indian Haven. There are people who are there short term. There are people who are there very long term, and for all of them, whatever situation they might think they find themselves in, you can accommodate them. Show them what's available at the communities at Indian Haven.
Of course. I always ask everybody, if you have any questions, just call me. I'll help you with whatever you need, even if it's not to come into our facility, if they just need to vent. A lot of people just need to vent about their loved ones. Call me, come in at any time. I don't schedule tours. I like people to show up as is. This way they can see our facility as is. I do ask everyone to also look at the facilities around the area because I want them to have the best fit.
Sure. Yeah. The best fit. I like that too. Beautiful. Ladies, thank you so much for coming in,
Oh, thanks
visiting
for
with
having
us here this morning.
Thanks.
The communities at Indian Haven. Now, Mary, you say that this is it for you, huh?
This is my last. Yeah. Well, I might peek in once or twice, but Heather is going to bring her friends from Communities in Indian Haven. So,
There
yeah,
you go.
Wonderful. But thanks so much. It's been fun.
Our pleasure. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160.
There you go.